1% of dudes rapping, they ain't nice as me. 98% ain't live the same type of life as me. The judge gave me life and then they sent me where the life is be. That level 4 with depth and vice, the type of stuff they like to see. Two choices, fight or flee. I refuse to die a chump. I never been a mark, but damn, it's scary when that riot jump. I seen dudes cry, get pumped, and some sexually brutalized. Knew a dude who lost his life and he was only doing 5 year-long racial fights when homie all you do is ride. Lonely days and nights up in a hole causing suicide. From the moment you arrive, you see the Mexican mafia, AB skinheads with big giant swastikas, pro-black philosophers, the BGF, the Kumi, and Muslims who will murk you from the nation to the Sunni. That MS was loony, quick to ride up on they rival. Even Christians went to church, hide knives up in a Bible. Political and tribal, the Crips and Damus, the Long Beach, the Hubs and the Dubs and the Grooves, the IE, the Bakersfield, the Dago Pyrus, the hustlers quick to roll, the gangsters don't move, whatever click you choose.
I had a comrade from Front Street Watch. His name was Mad Dog. May he rest in peace. He was a G. He was a weapon expert who introduced me and embraced my awareness, enlightened me on how to make a lot of weapons. And we was in the show together. But hold on, before me and Mad Dog even became cellies, I wouldn't let nobody who wasn't from IE in the cell. Now me and Mad Dog, now look, I'm in the cell by myself because ain't nobody come to my cell. About maybe 5 people now already tried it. They found out you're not putting nobody in the cell. Plus, man, I'm up in the cell and I got this 187 for the in prison, all that. So look, ain't nobody come to my cell. I spent like 5, I don't know how long. But anyway, look, man, I'm up in there. So they tell me, look, man, in 16 months, you finna go back to the yard. You'll be up to go back to the yard. But if you don't tell us, if we can't see that you can socialize with the population, you're not going back. Okay. Well, can we try to find you somebody that you can sell you up with? Yeah, cool. So they would take me to some sales. Some dudes would say, I said, man, you can't come up in here, no problem. I tell them, no problem. I don't even talk to us, that gangster shit, nigga. No problem. Then they would bring dudes to my cell. I said, no, hell no, bring. So they took me to Mad Dog. He's from Front Street Watch. Now, we didn't have no beats from Front Street or Watch, but I knew who Mad Dog was because he had come through San Bernardino jail, not Cucamonga, the newer jail. I don't know what they got there now, but Cucamonga was the old county jail. And he had been down in the cell with a couple of my homeboys. It was Nene Peanut. Anyway, and they had told me about him. So it was cool. So we got to talking. It was cool because he was due to go to the yard in about a year before me, about 6 months before me. So we set it up. So one day, man, we get the word that they finna pop these gates on some of us. So he showed me, he had a zipper. How he got the zipper, I don't know. It was a zipper on a pair of pants. And so he showed me how to take this zipper and cut. They got metal sinks that come from the floor. It goes up and it go like in a not a pyramid, but I forgot what it got. It's like a square, but it got sides to it. With the little buttons you push. He showed me how to cut a piece of metal out this sink with a zipper on the pants. So anyway, as we talking, he tell me like, just say chances, man. I'm finna go back to the yard. He said, man, basically, man, I'm not about that life I used to be, all that stuff. Okay, cool. So I'm thinking, man, okay, I'm not thinking like he thinking, but it was a consideration. So anyway, he goes to the yard, come to find out he get to doing big things. Because back then, you can't do it now. But back then, we used to be able to go to this place called a Walking Horse. And we could get radios and TVs so we could order them and they send them to us. So he would have his people go to Walking Horse and they would get the radio or the TV and they would take it out to the car. They would take the speaker off of it and they would stick weed up in there and put the speaker back on and say, oh, take it back. Oh, I forgot to tell you. He's locked up. We can't send it from the street. You have to send it. So he'd get it up in there. So he gets into it with somebody from another set who I'm not going to name. Now, remember, Mad Dog was a straight Bomani, straight warrior. He was a weapons expert. He's one of the downest dudes that I ever know. And he was in there for, they had started another Front Street set around Hollywood. I think it's Moreno Valley or something like some over there. And somebody either shot his brother or killed his brother or do just something. And he get a phone call that the girl is at the mall. Now Mad Dog's a Crip, so he found a dude is at the mall. He pulls up to the mall. Dude is walking out with his girl got the baby, and he's walking out. Mad Dog jump up and pull a burner on him like this. Dude snatched the baby from his girl, so Mad Dog stop it first, and he runs back into the mall. Mad Dog goes up into the mall and gets the dumping. Bop, 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 bop. And whatever happened, happened. So anyway, when he get to where he's going, so when he hit the yard, he started letting his nuts hang, like we all do. And so he's on the yard, he's making a name for himself, and he gets into with a rival gang. I'm not gonna say who that was and who the name is. Mad Dog started being Mad Dog, you know. So his name started ringing a bell. He started having money on the yard, plus a lot of different sets and youngsters start following after him. He gets into it with another dude from another set, a reputable set, and this is a reputable dude. He's very reputable. Matter of fact, me and the dude, we became good comrades. So they get into it. So one day when I walk out the cell, now Mad Dog had been seeing him, I had to talk to him through the fence. He gets at me. He's never telling me he's getting into it with these dudes is at him. He don't tell me this. So one day I come outside my cell, the dude from the set, a well-known set, and he walks up to me. He got like 5 of his comrades. Now the energy wasn't the energy. I could feel the energy. It was a negative energy. But I'm strapped. But it's 5 of them, and these is G's. They not no busters. They're not no marks. They with the business. They walk up to me. I always stay posted up like the gun tower. They say chances. I say, man, Habara got him, man. They say, Laquito, what's happening? He said nothing. He said, man, I just want to ask you a question. He said, man, is you rolling with Mad Dog? I said, what do you mean? I mean, Mad Dog's a comrade. What's happening? He explained to it. I said, well, he didn't tell me nothing about that. So that's between you and Mad Dog. He didn't tell me nothing about it. So one day, I'm standing at the fence. I'm talking to this one dude. Now, this one dude from this reputable set that's in LA, there's another set up north from Fresno. So this dude is a Fresno, and he's affiliated with this hood because this hood was started after his hood. Dude looked like a buster to me, man. He's like a, anyway, he's talking shit with Mad Dog. Yeah, I don't see Mad Dog. Woo. As I'm talking through him through the fence, I see Mad Dog come out the kitchen door. He's running stooped over. He got a pair of gloves in his hand. He throw one glove to the other hand. I see the burn. I see the key suit. So dude is walked to the basketball court. As he walked to the basketball court, Mad Dog just run up behind him and he's blasting him. Bah, 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 bah. Dude, natural reaction, he spins around, he picks Mad Dog up and he body slams him. So the dude is on top of Mad Dog, riding. He got both legs on both sides, and Mad Dog is on the ground. At first he's trying to hit First he's hitting Mad Dog. But he don't know why he's hitting. Mad Dog is blasting him in the side because his back is on the ground, hitting him like this. Bah, 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 bah. So now dude is figured out that he getting blasted. So he's trying to grab Mad Dog's hand, but Mad Dog blasting. Bah, 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 bah. So the tower at this time, since they're blasting, you don't even hear, get down. Like they always just get down. You just hear a gunshot from the Mini 14. The Mini 14, Mad Dog was laying flat on the ground with his back dudes on top of him, hits Mad Dog in the top of the head. Bow. When he got his hands like this, right? When he got the key suit, his hands go like this. Bow. He's laying on the side. And the key suit is still in his head. So the yard got quiet. But what messed me up the most, I mean, I was stunned by that because he was a comrade to me. So I felt it. But it resumed, and this was the coldest part about it, man. Something about it. They usually stay on lockdown for weeks, a month. We came right off lockdown the next day, I think it was. Don't quote me on that because I could be wrong, but I think it was like the next day. It seemed like the next day to me, and it was like resume normal program. I was like messed up, man. I was like messed up. But see, so this is the look. Mad Dog got killed in around a little bit before Tupac got killed. Around 95, 94, something like that.
What yard were you guys on?
Okay, in Pelican Bay, you have the A yard and you have the B yard. There's only 2 yards. It's only 2 yards, A yard and B yard, and the rest of it is all shoot. It's a 180 design. And all the rest of the pins are basically 270s. What the difference between a 180 design and a 270 design is the 270 designs have a fence around it. The 180 design, you have walls, and each wall is connected to the next building. See, with a 270 design, you might be able to look through some fences and see the outside world. A 180 design, you ain't gonna see nothing but the wall. And the only thing you will ever see for the whole time you're there is the walls and the convicts and the inmates, overall of the prisoners and the overseers, the officers, the overseers, the officers, the COs. That's what I'm talking about. You know, so and then in retrospect, as I think about it, the reason we came off lockdown the next day is because as they wanted to show their power, man. Now, Pelican Bay Chow Hall, you come in line, and as the seat, a 270 design, you go in Chow Hall, sit where you want to sit. Pelican Bay, it has 2 row of tables. It's 4 seats at the table. You have to sit every time. When you walk in there, there's a seat, you sit down, the next seat, you sit down, the next seat, you sit down, and it keeps going all the way around. You're not allowed to stand up. You're not allowed to pass nothing. You're not even really allowed to talk, you know. And on both sides of the Chow Hall, which is not far at all, it's because I could literally jump up and touch the bottom of the gun tower. That's how close it is to your head. They're in there with the Mini 14 the whole time. But what I tripped on this time was the CO that killed Mad Dog. They had him in a Chow Hall. Now, there's these tables here, two rows of tables. There's 2 rows of table here. There may be 4 rows altogether. Two on each. I mean, a row here, and 4 seats at the table, but it's 2 tables, so that makes 8 tables. 4 tables, so 4 on this side, 4 on that side. And he would just stand in the middle like this. He never moved, but he was standing there to show his presence. Like, I am not intimidated. I know you dudes is killers, because whatever, but we run this. And he never moved because maybe he would have got blasted, they was thinking. But nobody attempted to do anything to him. You know, they never attempted to do anything to him.
Let me interject right here just real briefly. And of course, that was a flagrant or a blatant act on their part, like you said. They allowed him to come out of the tower and work on the floor after he had killed Mad Dog, like you said, to show the convicts, man, that we run this place, and if anybody moves, we gonna blow him up too.
Exactly right, and there's no if and doubts about it. But after that, I never seen him on the yard again. He might have been still up in that tower, but he never came. That was the first time I ever seen him in the Chow Hall, but I never seen him in the Chow Hall again. You know what I mean? But that's not the first time I've seen something like that.
The crackers let me out the gate, now the pressure's on. We about to get this shit straight like a pressing comb. The wrong cat to get aggressive on. I bring the bitch up out of niggas while you think they got them dresses on. My reach long and that's the best type. To have some dirty white boys come and smoke you like a meth pipe. And leave your chest bright red like a fire truck. Kicking your mom's door at night, nigga, and tie her up. I'm wild as fuck and I'm respected by the new youth. I put this pistol in their ear like a Bluetooth. I blow their brains on their new coupe. And have red everywhere just like a function full of soup whoops. Tell your troops I deal with beef like a butcher. My 4-5 pump more guys than Ashton Kutcher. Line pusher, quick to bury your clown. Nigga, I stayed in the park like the merry-go-round. Get it?
That game greasy, bitch, that game need me. Oh, you niggas don't know my name. That game greasy, bitch, that game need me. I'm out here doing my thing. That game greasy, bitch, that game need me. I swerve in my own lane. That game greasy, bitch, that game need me.